Welcome. This presentation is about an image server. We developed this image server in context of an Easy Publish project for one of our clients. My name is Philip Kams. I'm working for Mugo. It's a company based in Vancouver, Canada. So what is that, the image server? We're going to talk about that first, and then why we decided to develop the image server and how, and at the end I'm showing you the integration in Easy Publish. So what is it? The image server is an alternative to serve content images in Easy Publish. And with content images, I mean images that editors are uploading to the system. So for example, if they create an article, they also upload an article image. That would be a content image and would be stored not in Easy Publish, but on the image server. It is also an improvement to the user interface, because currently in Easy Publish we have a pretty simple interface to upload images to the content engine, and with this image server we worked on an improved interface, so you can see previews of the images you upload and also preview images in different image alias ratios. Also, because it's a dedicated system, it's a dedicated solution, it's easy to scale and has a high performance, and it's a perfect fit for high traffic websites. Here's a diagram of the difference between a normal Easy Publish setup on the left side and a setup that you would have if you use the image server. So in the normal Easy Publish setup, you have the web servers, you have multiples if you're in a cluster environment, to serve the HTML document and all the images that you have linked in the image source tag. And all those images are served directly from the NFS, so it becomes a little bit of a bottleneck in a cluster setup. That's one reason why it's a good idea to use an image server. Like you have on the right side, Easy Publish is only responsible to serve the HTML document, and you have a dedicated setup, even dedicated hardware, to serve images. And in this case, it's not using an NFS, it's using the local file system in order to serve the images. So basically it removes it from the bottleneck, the NFS bottleneck. Another advantage is that you can have multiple Easy Publish instances accessing that image server. So for example, a concrete example is that for one client we have the content split up in an archive and in a live content Easy Publish instance. So both instances are storing and accessing the images in one central location, the image server. So it's easy to cross-link here and show images from archive content on the live side and vice versa. Also, it's helping for development, staging, and production setup. In this case, you can also have stage or even the development environment accessing the image server, so you don't have to copy over your image inventory to a development environment like you would need to do that currently in a normal Easy Publish setup. Why did we decide to spend the time and the resources to implement an image server? I mean, it's already there in Easy Publish, so there must be some good reasons. One reason is performance. On the server side, I mentioned that before in the previous slide, you basically offload the task of serving the images from Easy Publish, from the normal content management system. So you free up more resources for Easy Publish to render the HTML documents. And you free up the bottleneck connection to the NFS. So that's another reason. The image server is using the local file system. It's not using NFS. The local file system is a lot faster than the connection to the NFS. In Easy Publish cluster setup, it's using a database to solve file locking problems. And that's this database is getting quite big for bigger websites. and it's also becoming a bottleneck at some point. And with the image server, we don't really need it. We do not need a database to solve the file locking problem. On the client side, you can also gain some performance, because if you run this image server on a dedicated subdomain, your browser or a browser can open up more connections simultaneously, and the page load is faster. The image server is similar to Easy Find. In Easy Find, you're not only indexing your local website, your local Easy Publish instance, but you can also index content from other Easy Publish instances. It's exactly the same with the image server. We're not only storing content images from one website, but you can have multiple Easy Publish instances using that one image server in order to store the images. So at this point, it's really easy then to cross-access content images across Easy Publish instances. And a concrete example where it's very helpful is when you use Easy Find in order to show a search result. And for each result item, you also want to show a thumbnail from multiple websites. It's really easy because all those images are stored in a central location on the image server. This concept also helps us for local development or for stage instances. Because it's a dedicated system, we can have those instances also accessing the image server. So if you set up a local development environment, you don't have to copy over all the images in order to have a full copy of your production website, for example. With the image server, you can just copy over the database, and your local development environment will still be able to access the images on the image server. There are a few improvements you get with the image server. So in Easy Publish, they don't have a great separation between the reference image, so the image that an editor uploads to the system, and the system-generated aliases. On the image server, we put all those image aliases in dedicated file system directories. There's some file system limitations you can run to an Easy Publish. So if you have a lot of images on your website and you upload all those images to the same location in Easy Publish under the same parent node ID, then on the file system side, you can run into a limitation of directories that you can have inside one directory. And if you reach that limit, you won't be able to upload any new images to Easy Publish. And the last reason is the Easy Publish integration we developed. Here we improved the user interface. So editors, for example, can use drag and drop, and they get a preview before and after they upload an image. The concrete implementation is divided in two parts. It's the image server itself, and on the client side, it's the integration in Easy Publish. The server is also written in PHP and has a few entry points. One entry point is to serve the image, another one is to upload an image, a new image to the image server. You're also allowed to edit an image, so the idea is that editors can select a part of the image or select a specific crop and store that on the image server again. The rename service is used for images that you upload in context of an Easy Publish draft. Once you publish the image, you're going to rename that image. On the server side, you also define the image aliases, like you do in Easy Publish. Also, you define the existing repositories and the fallback rules. So usually we have something like a development repository, which is falling back to the production repository. Let's have a look at the UL patterns that we decided to use for content images in Easy Publish. So it starts off with the repository. The concrete example here we see it's production, and then we divide the image file into year and monthly folders. And then it starts with the image name, and the image name is the object ID in Easy Publish plus the version number. And then we also use the object name of the image object in Easy Publish, and then a ratio identifier. We also need a version iterator. For example, if people keep uploading images for one specific version draft, then we run into the use case that we need a version iterator here. And at the end, the file extension. If you want to access a specific image alias, all you have to do is to add a query parameter at the end of the URL specifying the alias. In a concrete example, we have here question mark alias equals cinema 600 by 320. On the client side, the Easy Publish integration, we created an Easy Publish extension, and that new extension contains a data type, a new data type. And with this data type, we have, of course, templates to render an edit interface or the view interface, or also templates to configure the new data type when you editing a content class. We also have some helper functions in that extension. For example, to build an image URL with a specific alias. You don't have to build those manually, you just have a template function here. We also support WebDAV and embedded images in the Easy Online Editor. By default, those two features work with the normal image data type in Easy Publish, but with this extension we change the configuration, or the configuration changes, and it will use the new data type. So let's see the image server in action. There's not much to see on the servers part. It's basically just code and some entry points, but we can look at the integration in Easy Publish, and what we see here is the administration interface in Easy Publish, and we're currently editing a content image here. So we have typical fields like name, caption, and credit, and the images attribute or field is the new data type that comes with the image server. It starts with a preview, and for this client we configured basically three different ratios here. A standard ratio at 3:2, a wide ratio it's 15:8, and a square ratio. And then you can see you can upload multiple images. So in one data type, not only one, but multiple images here. And then there's a fallback implemented here. So the wide ratio here is currently an auto crop of the image that you uploaded at the standard 3:2. And you can override the wide ratio here by just drag and dropping an image here, or we can just select an image from the file system. And at this point, the image is not yet on the image server, it's just preloading in your browser. So you can see if you made a mistake, picked the wrong image or so, you could just drag and drop a new image. But we are fine with that, we're just going to upload this image here. You directly see how the image is, that the image was uploaded to the server, and you also can preview it here. Now we have a custom crop for, we uploaded a custom crop here. On the other hand, you can also just remove an image here. Now, because they removed the fallback image for the square, it's also missing here an image for the preview is also missing an image for the square ratio, and we just have a wide ratio image uploaded. Yeah, that's it. It's fairly simple, still powerful, and I think fairly easy for editors to work with. If you have any questions, leave us a comment or send us an email, and thanks for your attention.